So there's going to be a lot of videos online talking about all the technical aspects of the MPC Live 3, and it is an amazing device and can do a lot of things. But in this video, what I want to focus on is just some of the simple updates that have made it much more of an efficient workflow and easier to navigate around the unit. So the first thing we're going to focus on is actually combining the upper buttons here and the sub modes and what the touch strip can do. So the upper buttons primarily are a step sequencer, but if you look underneath them, there are a bunch of sub functions here. And one of those sub functions is going to be track select. So if we come into track select and then go over into the touch strip. Now the touch strip actually allows us to have any one of these 11 modes on here. So hypothetically, let's just go ahead and add a whole bunch of plugins. Now if you want to add multiple of any one of these tracks, the easiest thing to do is hit advanced and then go to the track type. And we're actually going to add 15 of these plugins just to fill up all the tracks up here. So let's hit do it. And as you can see, it instantly populated all those plugins that quick. Now, since I have hit set and gone into track select right here, I'm able to flip in between these different channels just by hitting these buttons up here to isolate what channel I want to focus on. Now, if I come over to the touch strip and press and hold down configure and go into track level, instantly I have the ability to now start doing a mix down while I'm actually producing this track. So if I'm on this track and this is too loud, I can instantly bring it down. If I want to come over to track 7, which would be another plugin, I can start bringing down my different levels of the different levels of the track that I'm focused on. So as you can see, the combination of the track select and then going in and using the track level allows you to instantly start doing a mix down on the fly of multiple tracks within your project. Now we can take that one step further. If we come to track 1, which happens to be a drum track, now we can go in, hold the touch strip, and go to pad level. Now in pad level, I have a mixer of the volumes of the different pads that are inside of this drum kit. So I can really quickly start dialing in the levels without having to leave any sort of main screen that I'm on, or if I'm doing some sort of editing in the grid view right here, I don't have to go back and forth into the other main mode. Now the ability to have the track level and the pad level on the touch strip over here, along with the ability to have the track select on these upper buttons, really increases the speed of the workflow, and I find myself having it on this combination quite a bit. Now, a couple of other really nice workflow enhancements is the ability to have the touch strip also on Q-Link mode. So when might this be handy? Well, let's say I'm back over here in this plugin and I'm on the edit and I want to do something with the cutoff here. Now, as you can see, for me to do a full sweep of the cutoff with the knob, it's actually quite a giant movement. However, as you can already see, since I have this in the touch strip assigned to the Q-Link, the last whatever I hit is going to go instantly over into this touch strip. So now if I wanted to do a big movement on this cutoff, I have this whole range here that I can really quickly and easily do, or I can jump in between values using my fingers like that, which makes it much more of an expressive input tool than just sliding our finger. We can jump around, we can bounce back and forth, and it really expands on what we can do with the knobs. Now, if we had, let's say, a Q-Link inside of this track that was assigned to multiple parameters, and then took the touch strip and put it on the Q-Link, then we can do these giant movements and control multiple parameters all at the same time with the mode of putting the touch strip into the Q-Link mode. Now, as well as having the track level and the pad level and the Q-Link on the top, when you're dealing with an instrument and you want much more expressive playing, such as having a mod wheel or a pitch bend, that's where using those modes for the touch strip really create much more of a musical experience when you're playing the pads and some sort of instrument. Now for this next really cool little feature that really increases your creativity and workflow, we're going to actually go into our browser here under load and load up one of these drum kits from the Expressive kit. So under classic drum machines, we're just going to pick the first one. And one thing you're probably going to be seeing in a lot of other videos is the ability to have the different samples on the different corners. Now, if you are part of the Patreon group, there is a very detailed video breaking down how to use the whole mod matrix and set up everything here. But for this video, what we're going to focus on is the fact that the MPC new step sequencer, if I go into set and hit drum, now I'm in step sequencer, and it's going to focus on my last touch pad. Or if you want to do a silent select, you hit set right here and then click through here. But whatever the last corner I hit is actually the one that's going to be in focus while I'm doing my step sequencing. So as an example, we have these two different hi-hats on the corners. So if I hit this hi-hat and then come in and add some steps, but let's say I wanted to switch to this hi-hat for the second section, since I hit this one, it's going to remember what the last corner I hit was. So now what we're going to hear is this hi-hat in this section and then this hi-hat in this section. And it really makes it so you can add some really cool variety. So let's say I have my standard kick drum here, and I'm just going to put it right here, but I want that open kick drum to be a pickup on these two notes. So as you can see, I hit this one, enter it in my steps. I hit this one, enter in two more steps. Same with anything that we're sequencing here. So really quickly, you can see you can get some really creative patterns going on because the MPC will remember whatever the last sound you triggered in the corner was. Now we can take this one step further and let's go into the step editor. Now the step editor focuses right here. You can see on the last step I pressed. Now the last notes that I put in right here, let's add a little bit of tune variation on there. So on the first actual page, we have velocity, ratchet, and probability. So let's say on this step, I wanted to add a little note repeat of 3. And on these ones, I want to make them chromatically pitch down. So I go into modifiers, and now I have tune right down here at the bottom. So let's go into that, and let's just take this one and bring it down, let's say 4. This one down 7. Let's just do something crazy and go up 9, and then up 12. And then within the matter of just hitting a couple steps and then turning a couple of parameters, we've created something unique and different that typically would take a couple of steps to actually execute that sort of tonal variation on there. We can take that one step further too. Let's just go and hit set and then go into automation. Now what this allows us to do is add individual step automation on any one of the parameters of the effects that are either on a specific pad or actually on this track. So if we click into our menu here, we get the big drop down. We're going to go to add new. I can see that there's a reverb already inserted on this track. So I'm going to go to reverb and I'm going to go to mix. Now I can select a different area and add independent automation for this parameter on any step. So let's say the first part of this bar I want it to be dry, but then at the end I wanted a whole bunch of reverb to swell in. So if I hit add automation, it shows that by default it was set to 5. I'm going to go up to 65 here, go up to another 65, 65, and then 65. And what we're going to hear is we're going to hear no reverb right here, and then a bunch of reverb come in, and then it cuts back to 5 right here. So instantly we're getting some really unique ideas going on. And again, this automation allows me to automate any parameter of any effect either on this entire track or on each individual drum pad per step on a step-by-step basis.